una semana más, ha pasado un curso y tenemos caras nuevas. Curso nuevo, caras nuevas. This is Euan.
Hi everybody, I'm Euan.
And this is Susana, you know my face, me conocéis. Somos de Euan and Friends, ¿ya? Cada 2 semanas vamos a ir subiendo un vídeo, como hacemos habitualmente, y nos gustaría tenerte entre nuestra comunidad de English lovers, ¿ya? What do we do with Euan and Friends? We do videos, and if they belong to the community?
They get a free newsletter every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they also get YouTube videos and access to exclusive content that you wouldn't get otherwise.
Habéis oído bien, contenido exclusivo. Así que no lo dudéis. En los comentarios, in the comments, ¿ya? They've got a link, tenéis un link, os unís y ya está. Y a esperar calentito el vídeo. ¿Qué esta semana traemos? ¿Qué traemos esta semana? What do we have this week?
So this week we're going to be talking about words that are spelled the same but they have stress changes in them. So this sounds very confusing, and it is because there's no grammar rule that we can follow for this topic.
Bienvenidos al mundo del inglés. ¿Qué pasa con el inglés? What happens? No hay gramática, casi, sí que hay, pero muy, o sea, es una lengua al uso. Hay palabras, hoy vamos a hablar de palabras que se escriben igual, se pronuncia prácticamente igual, pero según donde coloques el golpe de voz, tienen significados completamente diferentes. ¿Cuántas vamos a ver? 5, you said.
Yeah, 5 examples.
Los 5 ejemplos más habituales y que oigo en clases de inglés, en nuestras clases, in our lessons, yeah? We hear those mistakes over and over again. So, if you're one of those that make those mistakes, please try to take them out. Vamos a eliminar estos ejemplos, estos errores y vamos a dejar de hacerlos. Por tanto, ¿ya?
So, the first example that we have today is object and object. So, an object is anything or noun that is not alive. So, for example, this water bottle is an object because it's not alive.
Vale. And then we've got object.
Object. So, to object is a verb which means to be opposed to doing something. So, for example, I was objecting to doing this video, but Susanna is making me do it. So, here I am.
Yeah, you look pretty natural, so. Okay, mira, estoy dándome cuenta de una cosa. I'm just realizing something. We kind of have a rule. Sí que hay una lógica en esto, ¿verdad? There is some kind of logic to this. Y se lo guardaba para el final, pero no, lo vamos a decir ahora. What's the logic?
Okay, so the logic is if the word is a noun, then the stress normally comes on the first syllable in the word. So, for example, object. But if it's a verb, the stress is normally on the second syllable. So, to object.
¿Y esto siempre es así? Bueno, casi siempre. We need to know that this is English. Esto es inglés y el inglés siempre tiene excepciones, pero un 90% va a funcionar. Contesto en la cabecita. Muy bien, vamos con el segundo set de palabras. Vale. Segundo ejemplo, vamos por el segundo set de palabras, second set.
Okay, so we've got a 3-headed monster for this example. We're going to be discussing desert, dessert, and dessert.
Oh no, esta. Pero a mí me gusta. I like it because I like challenges, but okay.
Okay, so the desert is a place that's very isolated and there is very little water.
Like where we are now, yeah?
Yeah, where we are now, and it's normally covered in sand.
Yeah.
So, for example, me and Susanna are lost in the desert. We have no water.
Oh, but that is going to change. Esto cambia ahora. Sácamelo. Oh, ya estamos otra vez. Okay, the second head for the monster.
So the second head is to desert. So, to desert means to abandon or leave something. So, used in an example, you could say, the soldier deserted the army. So the soldier left or abandoned the army.
Or to give up, or...
To give up, yeah, you could also...
Vale! ¿Y la tercera?
Okay, so for the third monster, we've got a word. It's spelt slightly differently, and the word is dessert.
Sounds like a bird. Ay, que a mí me suena un verbo. ¿Es un verbo?
No, so dessert.
Excepción, excepción. We've got exception. Okay.
So we've got an exception here. So dessert is a noun and it's used for the word to describe the sweet food that we eat after our dinner.
El postre.
Yeah, exactly. However, we need to be very careful because the stress, despite this word being a noun, comes at the second syllable of the word.
La excepción.
Okay.
Number 3.
So the next example that we have is record and record. So a record is a past achievement or action that has been noted down. So for example, we have the Guinness Book of World Records behind us, and this is a book that has lots of different records in it.
And in Spanish you've got record también.
Yeah.
So it's normally that achievement, sí, es ese logro que además está, it's out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Ordinary. Vale, pues
Yeah.
el récord lo conocemos todos y además este lo usamos en español.
Yeah.
Es en Spanish.
Exactly.
Vale,
Yeah.
¿y qué sería record?
Record. So record is the verb used when noting down something, whether on paper or electronically, and this creates a permanent store of what has been written. So for example, the driver was recorded driving at 100 miles per hour.
And was fine, y lo multaron.
Yeah.
Y según que, vale, es como grabar.
Yeah,
Grabar o guardar, o sí.
Yeah.
Vale, fijaros qué diferentes que son los significados. Vale, okay, so we've got the fourth one. Número 4.
Okay, so the second last or penultimate example that we have for you all is permit and permit. So a permit is a license or a document that gives you permission to do something.
Yeah, I can kind of have an example when you have your own. Like he needed a work permit to come here.
Yeah.
Para trabajar, los extranjeros en España necesitan un permiso.
Yeah, exactly.
Work permit. What was your example?
So you can also need a permit to be able to build a house.
Yeah, un permiso.
Yeah.
Cualquier tipo de permiso es un permit.
Yeah.
Fijaros el estrés, permit.
Exactly.
Entonces, permit,
So
the verb.
to permit means to give somebody or something permission to do something. So in an example, you could say, I permit my students to go to the toilet.
Vale. And the last one.
So
5.
we're down to the last example, and it's another interesting one. So we've got perfect and perfect. So
Es muy parecido al anterior.
yeah, it's very, very similar to permit and permit. So perfect is a noun which describes something as being flawless or complete. So I could say the weather today is perfect. There's not a cloud in the sky.
Perfecto. O sea, you're perfect.
Yep.
Yes,
Exactly.
you are.
Exactly.
And
then to perfect. So this is a verb which means to do something repeatedly over time and eventually become really good at it. So I perfected the piano when I was 16 years old.
Vale, that would be in Spanish perfeccionar.
Yeah, exactly.
Claro, but we've got different words for verb and noun. You've got the same word. The only difference is the stress.
Yeah.
Chicos, intentemos no equivocarnos. Son los 5 errores que nosotros, hay un montón, There's so
Yeah.
many,
Yeah.
Pero os hemos dado una lógica. We've given you like logic to kind of, not grammar rule, logic to
Yeah.
work on it. No os vais a equivocar muy poquito si la aplicáis. Esperemos que os haya ayudado. And we would like to see you around, yeah?
Yeah.
So what do they have to do? Just
Yeah.
follow us, yeah?
So remember to follow us on all of our social medias. The links will be in the description of
Yeah.
this video.
Yeah, and become part of our community of English lovers. Y os va a llegar calentito el PDF. Si no estás en la comunidad, la que esperas, ya vas tarde. Y nada, cada día subimos contenido a redes sociales, así que esperamos veros por aquí.
Yes.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks, and don't forget to leave a comment on the video using these words in your own sentences.
Yeah, we'd like to perfect.
We would like to perfect our English.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey baby, dámelo.